Hello guys, sorry I can't be there today in class, but we will learn regardless because we are good students. Okay, so today we're going to be learning about federal income taxes. And we're going to learn how much is withheld from your check for federal income taxes. So federal income tax, or FIT, is a requirement for employees to withhold a certain amount of your pay. It's actually a law. So these are the federal taxes required by law to be withheld from your paycheck. So this is actually a law, and if employers don't do this, they can face serious consequences from the federal government and the IRS specifically. So the Internal Revenue Service, the IRS, provides employees with tables that show how much money to withhold. These are the charts A2, A3, and A4, A5. So if we take a look at those real quick, A2 is for single people. A4 is for married people. So how are the tables different? A2, A3 for single. And what they really mean by single is you are filing your own taxes. You might have a boyfriend, you might have a girlfriend, whatever, but you're still single if you don't file your taxes together. A4, A5 are for married couples. Couples that file one tax return for the both of them. What are these tables used for? To calculate withholdings. Basically to tell the employer, this is how much money you need to take out of their paycheck. Okay. So what information do you need to know to use these tables? You need to know weekly income and number of allowances. So basically what an allowance is just a way for them to withhold less taxes for you. So if you have kids or you have a spouse or some other things, there's certain number of allowances you can use to make sure that you have more take-home money every week. So if you claim more allowances, what happens to the amount of taxes withheld? Well, let's see. Over here are your allowances, and you're going to notice as you go across, as we go across here, the numbers get smaller. So the more allowances you have, the less you pay in taxes. So if you claim more allowances, you pay less. So let's look at some situations. So Carla is an actuary. Her gross pay for the week is $425.88. She is married and claims 2 allowances. We need to figure out how much will her employer withhold. So important things I've highlighted. Now since she's married, we're going to use chart A4, A5. So let's go look at A4, A5, and let's figure out how much she's going to have taken out. So she makes $425.88. We need to figure out which line that is. Right here. So that's between 420 and 430. Next, we need to make sure we're in the correct one. So she's using 2 allowances. So that's going to be this column right here. And we're going to go until they meet. Well, here they go. They meet at $14. So every week, her employer should take out $14 for the federal government income tax, or the federal income tax if you want to abbreviate it. Okay, so that's kind of what we do. Let's just look at a few more. So here we go. Dan is a pharmacist. He's married. Again, married is A4A5. He earns this much, and he claims 1 allowance. So he's married, $369. Married, $369, 1 allowance. So that's this first column. So he pays $15. Angie is an executive assistant, single, $435, 2 allowances. So maybe she has 2 kids. We don't know. But she's claiming 2 allowances. Okay. So single, $435, 2 allowances. So A2 is our singles chart. She makes $435. So she's going to be in this one right here. And she claims 2 allowances. So that's going to be this row right here. See where they meet. Looks like they meet at 31. So each week, her employer is going to take out $31. Okay. Now, when you look at the next part, we just have to know how much they make a week. That's the key thing here. So, Jacob is a welder. He earns $27.75 an hour. And he receives time and a half for anything that he works over 40. So if in this week he works 45, that would mean he'd have 40 regular, 5 overtime. We need to figure out what his income is, and then use the charts to figure out what his federal income tax or his FIT is. Okay. So I've grabbed my calculator. 2775 times 40 is 1,110. Then I'm going to calculate his time and a half. $208.13. So his total gross income is $1,318.13. Now, I'm going to go ahead and just skip ahead. You can check to make sure you're using the chart correctly, but I'm not going to go ahead and show that in the video, but you just go ahead and you check and see if you got it right. So pause it, take a second to look at the chart, and make sure you have the correct amount. So, looking at the chart, he made $1,318. He's single, and he has 1 allowance. Now you're going to notice that the chart doesn't go to his amount. So once we get to a certain amount, everything above that is just all the same. So this one was kind of a tough one. So he has one allowance, so he's going to have 216. So like I said, once you get above that 1,250, it's just going to be the same. Okay. So let's look at another one. Yvette is a pet groomer that earns $13.30 per hour. She receives double time for working on Sundays. Yvette worked 30 hours during the week and 7 hours on Sunday. Find her gross income for the week and the amount withheld from her paycheck. So this is $3.99. And $186.20. So $585.20. She's married and has 2 allowances. So again, pause the video. Give yourself a second to see if you'd read the chart correctly. Okay. So if you looked at the chart correctly, you would know that she is between 580, 590. Married, so you used A4 or A5. 2 allowances means she has $30 withheld. Okay. Now, sometimes they might give you the annual salary. Now remember, these charts are for weekly, so what you need to remember to do is divide this number by 52 to get your weekly. $952. Now he's married and claims 2 allowances. So married with 2 allowances at that pay rate would be $86 per week. But they also want to know how much that is per year. So we're going to take that 86 times 52. Because there's 52 weeks in a year. So that tells us that there's 4,472 per year. And this little slash means per if you didn't know. Okay. Juan sells used cars on straight commission of 8.4% or 8.84. And his sales for the week were $7,427.50. So let's go ahead and calculate that. So he made $623.91. He is single with 0 allowances. So that's chart A2. $623 with 0 allowances means he needs to pay $79. Okay, so that's federal income tax. It's really just finding your weekly, finding how many allowances, finding if it's single or married, figuring out what the amount is, using the chart. You got a homework assignment to do? I'll see you tomorrow.